hope you had a wonderful Sunday and a weekend. And market also looks positive for us. Hopefully, the last week has been beneficial. Of course, if we look at the market the previous week, it has been moving up strongly. In fact, I had given one call, pre-market open call last week. In fact, I think this was the call. Market opened above almost the target itself and remained flattish for some time. And if you see the candle, this looks like I think a hanging man, or whatever you can call it as. However, when you see the data and other like option chain and other details, market looks pretty bullish still for us. FIs have stopped selling as they were doing. Not that they are buying, because they already have holdings, huge holdings in the market. Moreover, they are waiting probably for the CPI data. This is a very important data I think we should be watching, which can change the market, the US market. Of course, our market has been pretty strong, going. In fact, one of the days, though the Asian market was down, our market was still going strong. Market has taken a good, I think, support at this trend line, somewhere close to 33,000, and has been strongly made a weak V-shape of recovery. My target for now, as of now, somewhere looks 36,376. However, we know market will not just go like this straight. It will definitely move a bit down, maybe even be flat for some time, kill the premium, and then slowly move up. So we need to be cautious. Hence, normally I avoid providing my views or my target for the week. But if you are a trader who can risk in futures, because options is mostly the intrinsic value gets killed, so it is a slightly risky game. But if you are a futures trader, we could have gone long somewhere at these levels also, 34,163, and we would have been in solid almost about 1,000 points by now. So let's look at the option chain, how we are placed for tomorrow. If you look at the option chain, the Nifty, there is a huge put writing at 16,000. There seems to be also writing at 1600 and 16,200. And the call writing also is equal at 16,200 levels. But I think the last week more of a put writing has been done, and of course the calls are equally distributed. So thereby gives a kind of a conviction that market is well supported. Now let's look at what are we expecting, how we can trade, what are the levels probably to catch, so that we can trade accordingly. I would be sharing one Nifty, Bank Nifty option call, which would be to be completed by 9:15 which is valid till about 10:30. Either the stop loss has to hit or the target has to hit. But this will be always valid only if the price comes from below, not from, if it is, sometimes what happens, the market option price hits my target and then comes down, then it is not valid. If the price is moving from the bottom, then it is valid. So put a stop loss, take a one. The stop loss will be generally about 40 points, or the risk which you can take about. See, Bank Nifty is 25 points. Sorry, per lot is 25. So if I'm keeping a stop loss of 50 points or so, so it is somewhere if I lose, I will lose somewhere around 1500 or around that. Whereas my target would be around 80 to 100 points. So the risk is about 40 points. The target is about the reward is almost 80 to 100 points. So this is how we should generally trade. So I'm looking at two strike prices. I will be giving basis the just let me delete this. So I'm looking at 35,000 call and 3500 200 put. So I'll just write it for you. Give me a minute while I'm looking at the charts. Okay, so keep a tag of these two strike prices and the levels. Buy price, this is the rule, thumb rule, moves from below. Buy 35,000 CE above 460, target around 5. SL will be around 400. By 35 410, SL about 370, sorry, SL is around 372, target close to about 490. Now I have given the strike prices. I am slightly more on the bull side, as I very clearly told. If Bank Nifty, this is the this is the Bank Nifty call, so let me copy it. Currently, Bank Nifty is at quite a strong resistance at 35,400. If market opens above 35,370 or so, then there is a huge short covering rally which we can expect, which can take it to up to 30. We can almost take a market up to 35,960 or 36,000 as well. For me, if I look at the data, if there is a strong possibility that Bank Nifty can retest around 34,900 levels, and then to move upwards. So currently the price is 35,122. A strong possibility that price may test the 34,900 levels and then take a up move. So which means to say market either can open a gap up or take a retrace a little bit, take more buying power and then move up also. So this is the kind of a view, or this is the view I have for Monday. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please do feel free to ask and we would be glad to answer your questions. In the Nifty front, on the Nifty front, if we see, the market also is slightly bullish, but there is a less support if you see from Reliance. However, when you see I am not bullish on Reliance. For the next 2 days, I am not expecting. I am slightly not going to sell unless the price stays below the Reliance stays below 2,380 or 385 levels. I may look to buy because I have a feeling this may retrace back to 2,400, 430 or 425 to 430 levels. So I am slightly looking at the risk and reward. I would probably look to sell Reliance only if it stands to stay below 2380 levels, and there is a strong possibility that it may retrace. Yes, however, I have a feeling that this may go up, which will help Nifty to move up as well, and this may again retrace back towards 2,350 levels also. But this view can be negated if there is any news, and then there is a chance that Reliance can move upwards. Meanwhile, certain stocks I have listed. You can look at Tata Chemicals, Mahanagar Gas, Adani Port, Oberoi Realty. And Oberoi Realty is a very good stock for a swing trader. One may look at AMARAJABAT batteries, RC Industries. These stocks I have listed out for a short-term perspective. Let me make it bigger if it is not clear for you, and this I will be putting it in the chat box also. Let me put this in the chat box. Nifty view on coming days. Stocks in okay. Will Nifty touch 17,000 this month? Okay. Okay, if 17,000 I think is a very huge target. As I was mentioning, we need to wait for the report of CPI, because this can actually move the US market. Now my US market, I am slightly bullish. If anybody remembers, this is the view, this is the pattern I'm looking at. I'm looking at the Dow Jones to move up, which can happen maybe by Monday. But then if you see, I'm also expecting it to come down slowly. I'm not very confident on the price to move up. So just keep a tab of this. Of course, yes, if this the CPI data is strong, then there is a good possibility that Dow Jones may head towards 33,000 900 or 34,000 levels also. So we need to wait and see, because this is a very important data which is coming on Wednesday, uh, 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. our time. So this can impact our market as well. Meanwhile, let's look at Bank Nifty open interest. Bank Nifty open interest also, there is a strong put writing, 35,000 puts are written. So there is a good support at 35,000. So 35,000 is a very strong support for Bank Nifty. And as I mentioned, I see a small retracement and then possibility of moving up. Coming back to Nifty, whether I'm bullish, whether I'm expecting 17,000. Currently, my view, I think Nifty, even if it retest or retraces back, currently I expect something around 16,500, and maybe we may see 16,700 levels also. But given the fact that recession is still there and inflation data numbers are not good, I still see bearishness in the market, or I'm not very confident that the market would move up very strongly. Hope I am able to share my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Meanwhile, I want you to look at these stocks. UBL, if you see, has been strongly moving up. In fact, some of the steel stocks on Friday moved up very strongly, and then of course the closing was slightly negative, but then it strongly moved up. All the steel stocks in fact moved up. So if our friends remember, Jubilant Food, I had given a buy somewhere close to 500, I think 490 or 400, 500 levels now, which is almost near to our target of 570. We may face some kind of the distribution here, and maybe it may come down. There might be a slight distribution, may come down or even go up again. Depends on how the market condition is at this point in time. I had shared a buy on Heritage Food, still not moving strongly, but yes, I feel we can expect easily about 340, 350 levels. Oberoi Realty, I was telling, is a very good swing stock to look at. One may buy this at current levels for a target of 880 or so. Stop loss you may keep at 770 levels. One may look at Zeal Entertainment. While you're watching Z TV or Z News, I think you can look at Z Entertainment as well. If you see, this has moved up strongly, but then I think selling pressure. One may look at this to retest, and then you can kind of easily see 250 levels coming in. Keep a stop loss of 212 or 14. Buy in equity. Buy at maybe 220 levels to 218 levels, and wait for the target of 240 to 52 levels to come in. Deepak Entertainment. I know some of the viewers are in Hindi, तो मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि मार्केट दाव बुलिश है, थोड़ा बहुत रिट्रेसमेंट हो सकता है, मीन थोड़ा बहुत नीचे अभी आ सकता है कल के लिए और ऊपर जाना है। तो कभी भी एक बात रिमेम्बर करिएगा, जब ऑप्शंस में आप ट्रेड करते हो, ऑप्शन बाइंग इज मोर अबाउट इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू. So if price moves opposite of where you're buying, then the premium starts getting killed because of time decay and premium decay. So one needs to be cautious when you're trading in options. However, also let me tell you, you can intraday, if you're good, you can analyze stock, maybe one or two stocks like Reliance, Tata Motors, keep in radar, and if you're able to analyze the charts, I will also be sharing levels in my Telegram group. You may join my Telegram group where I keep sharing my levels. So sometimes, or you may even personally ping me on my WhatsApp. I would be glad to share the levels. Especially I share levels on stocks like Reliance, Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Tata Chemicals, DLF, all these. So as I was mentioning, Tata Chemicals is also pretty strong. You see a strong, nice up move. Has broken my trend line. One may easily, I think, I seem to have drawn this on July 1st. So initial my target will be around 800. Then may retrace. If it moves above 890, then we can expect around 952 levels. So this is how select good stocks, and you can definitely make money in equity itself. Of course, your investment might be slightly higher, but if you're doing this on an intraday, you get 1:, I think 5 times margin. So couple of my friends I've seen, they invest about 50k or and make decent 1,500 or 5,000 rupees every day. Yes, in 10 days of trading session, you may have stop loss getting hit on at least 2 days, which is fine. You're still making money in the rest of the 8 days. So option, I'm not saying do not trade in the options, but be cautious when you're trading options. Our channel name in Telegram is ChartSpeak. So here I keep sharing my views, also some of the screenshots of our investors making profit. So thank you, friends. I hope I do not have any queries, and I can probably close, and thank you for the likes. The other thing is, you can also trade in Nifty Bs or Bank Nifty Bs if you are good in analyzing the index. Nifty 50 also has Nifty Bs. Which can also be traded on intraday, and you get about 1%, almost the same percentage wise profits when what happens in the index. So this is the Nifty Bs, currently at 176. It is almost, if you see the price correlates to the Nifty also. So we see a V-shaped recovery here. Of course, this is a slightly stronger V-shape here. You see, once this support to Nifty has definitely taken a good support and then has been going up. However, I also want to tell there are a lot of people I do not know still feel that 14,000 and all levels they're expecting. I remember somebody talking about 14,000 levels hitting in this week. So market is not, because the dollar index is strong. So market is not about that easy that you just sell and it comes down. It's not. There's something called as a supply and demand, which makes the market move up or down. So I also undertake trainings. This is a training model what I have. If somebody is really serious in making money in the stock, gold, cryptocurrencies, always try to learn, understand fundamentals, charts, and where market is going. So here it's about 2 days how where basic concepts, understanding stocks, swing and short term. We also teach how to understand the data, open interest to predict, analyze what operators are holding can do the next day. In the advanced 6 months, we teach how to understand volumes and price action, chart patterns. I'm not talking about candlestick patterns, mostly the chart patterns. You see, most of the times I have a typical patterns or lines. These are not just trend lines. They are I'm able to, of course, visualize the stocks and give a view. Say for example, Kotak. Let's look at Kotak. You will see, I remember I've been bullish on Kotak. This is a W-shaped kind of a move, right? This is a pattern which is created. Here it was a rising wedge. It moved up, but then does not sustain, and then you see how big the fall was. So these are patterns which we identify over a period of time. For this to understand, learn, it takes some time because you need to be perfect, because you need to look at all time frames. And this is my view for HDFC Bank. Now I'm kind of flattish. At some period of time, maybe in after September or so, we can expect this to go higher. So this is the chart view, because slightly it may even move here down, retrace. Wow. So let's see how it goes. Somebody was asking about TCS. Okay, results are out. I haven't seen the guidance value in TCS. I need to understand. However, this is what I had drawn some time before. I'm expecting after some period of time TCS to move towards 1,600 levels. Yes, I think no big movements, maybe tomorrow. More possibilities of it trying to move up. If TCS is able to open above 3,350, then we can see a strong up move towards 3,500 levels. However, I have a strong feeling this, as per the results and the charts, just give me a minute please. I'm sorry for the delay. Trying to understand the charts. Let's look at the